We've all seen the riots in every Western city that make Black Lives Matter look like amateur hour. Those riots are now here, and we're going to tell you who's rioting and why, and we've got the video to show you. I'm going to end this on a personal note. My mother told me this story in World War II when they were in Hungary. And stories started to leak out in 42 and 43 about what was going on in Poland, that there were supposedly death camps and Jews were being rounded up. My grandfather told my mother, "Oh, don't worry. That problem is over there. It's in Poland. We're safe. We're Hungarians." And my mother believed that story, as she said it to me, right up until the time the Gestapo truck pulled up in their front yard and took the family to Auschwitz. Then she knew her father was wrong. I never got to meet my grandparents. They died in Auschwitz, along with a whole lot of other relatives of mine. The reason I'm telling the story today is I want you to see this video of what's going on in the world today, and don't let anybody tell you the problem is over there, because it's not. It's now everywhere. Look and see what I'm talking about by this. Station is. They're here.
Yep.
Here.
I've seen those videos. Yeah. I've seen those videos.
It's not just Saudi Arabia. If you notice, those are all Western countries. Spain, France, Germany, the United States.
Italy.
And if you think it's going to get better before it gets worse, it's going to get a lot worse.
They're making the BLM movement look like it's on steroids, right?
Oh,
this is on steroids compared to the BLM movement. And of course, the left here in the United States of America see this is another movement because it goes against Jewish people, it goes against Christian, it goes against America. So they're all about it.
And you know what? If we, as Americans that are patriots, that love this country, don't step up, by the time we do, it's too late. You think it's bad with Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and Jamal Bowman and Ariana Presley and a few others. What happens when there's 20 of them and 30 of them and 40 of them in the Congress and thousands of them on city councils and school boards coast to coast? This kind of behavior, this mass rioting for their rights, is going to get worse and worse until civilization starts to crumble.
Yep. And did you see was it Chicago, the mayor of Chicago? They just, I don't know what it was, some kind of resolution that they just passed calling for a ceasefire in Chicago, of all places. Did you see that?
The murder capital of the world. By the way,
yes.
It was the mayor cast the deciding vote.
Yeah, because it was 23-24, right? And Ford, staying out of it, but he cast a deciding vote to make it, he said, because there is no tie, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to vote. And he made it to where we're going to call for a ceasefire.
How about a ceasefire on the south side of Chicago?
Exactly.
Black on black crime.
Yes.
They're slaughtering each other.
Yes. How in the world, how did they have the audacity in Chicago, of all places, like you said, the capital of the United States of America when it comes to crime, telling Israel to do a ceasefire, and they can't even tell their own people in the backyard to do a ceasefire? Make sense.
Well, because they don't care about America. They care about power and the prestige and the money that comes from it. Look, You remember that famous assault and nearly lynching case in Chicago? You know, where
MAGA country, MAGA
yeah,
country.
put a noose around a very famous actor's neck. I mean, that guy ought to be in prison for 25 years.
Yep.
He's out and appealing again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Will. Unbelievable.
It really is.
And for people that believe in a Judeo-Christian culture as the basis for our Constitution, our rights given to us under divine intervention in 1776, your country is in jeopardy. And if you sit and you watch and do nothing, you have no one to blame but you.
100%.